outcome today?
Well, they'll just be looking at it. It's as I think Jason McAteer said, that it's something that you look forward to since you're a little boy. You play football to one day play here, and they're here, and they're just full of anticipation now and wanting to get on with it. Really.
A wonderful day, Ron, isn't it, for Roy Evans and Bruce Rioch, who we saw. You were here with Villa last year when you won it. Any little anecdotes when you're walking out there at this moment?
I think you go out and enjoy it. You've done your work. Obviously, you've got a little bit more to do during the game, but now's the time to say to the players, you've worked hard to get here, don't disappoint, let's go and enjoy the occasion, but above all else, let's win.
Yeah, and some figures who are important, Terry. Some players get stage fright at Wembley, some respond as if born to it. We saw Ian Rush there, and we saw Alan Stubbs there, two key players today, the two captains.
I think it's particularly interesting that one is an underdog, and I think it's not quite right, because they're a really good team. I think it's going to be very close, this game. But when they're the underdog, they can feel, well, we've got nothing to lose. And really the supposedly better side and better individuals have the pressure on them a little bit today.
Yes.
As John Barnes says, if they can get it down and play, then they should win the game.
Jason McAteer, Ron, you feel is a key figure, don't you? There he is for Bolton.
Yeah, I think he's the most energetic midfield player on either side. This can sap his strength, a pitch like this, particularly under these conditions. But as he showed in the World Cup, he's capable of travelling from front to back for the whole of the game. And he would be a key for. He's got to play well for Bolton to play well.
Yes, and Razor Ruddock, Terry?
Well, he'll be looking forward to this. He loves the big game, the big stage. He'll just be waiting for that whistle to go, putting his personality on the game, and he'll love every second of it.
Well, they're lining up the two teams to meet the guest of honour, the great Sir Stanley Matthews. It's enough from us for the moment. Time to join our men in the commentary box this afternoon. There's one who knows every blade of this Wembley turf from playing here. That's Kevin Keegan. And, of course, a man who's described over the years action on every inch of the Wembley turf, Brian Moore.
Well, it's a wonderful occasion, and it's Wembley weather, as they call it. So we're really looking forward to a great occasion here at the famous old stadium. And there is Sir Stanley Matthews, 80 years old last February. Really the people's champion, Stanley. Crowds loved him as much as they admired his skill. 38 years old when he won on that famous occasion back in 1953. 42 years old when he won his last cap, and 50 when he played his last league game. He really was an inspiration for all older players, and an inspiration for the younger ones as well, because in all his time he was never booked. Ian Rush doing the honours there with John Barnes. Razor Ruddock, Bill Babb and Michael Thomas, Mark Walters, and Sir Stanley, as keen a fan of the game as ever he was, with the Liverpool manager there, Roy Evans.
Alan Thompson. And substitutes number 12, Mark Manson. Number 14, Goody Burton.
If you talk about the 1953 FA Cup final, when Stanley Matthews put, ironically, Bolton Wanderers to the sword, and they call it the Matthews final. Stanley doesn't call it that, he says it's the Mortensen final. Morty with 3 goals in that famous game. I'll tell you something, there are going to be 90,000 headaches here this afternoon after that loudspeaker's finished. But here's this proud club of Bolton Wanderers. The first time in a major final in 37 years. 1958 was the last one, when they beat Manchester United by 2-0. Both the goals that day scored by their president, Nat Loftus. Jason McAteer, it's a terrific day for Bolton. And not least for their manager, Bruce Rioch. Beginning to go out of the day. There is Bruce Rioch, who's turned this Bolton club around superbly when he took over from Phil Neal, who was already doing a good job there. Philip Don, World Cup referee, former FA Cup final referee, European Cup final referee. And there's the proudest man from Bolton, their president, Nat Lofthouse.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be standing for the national anthem.
Well, the view from our Mazda blip as we now have the national anthem. Teams are breaking away to flex their muscles. Let's have a look at the teams. Don't expect any major surprises in our team lineup, says Liverpool's Roy Evans, true to his word. The three centre-backs are there, Scales, Ruddock and Babb. Bjornaby's better defensive qualities give him his place on the left side of defence. Ian Rush has recovered from that worrying hamstring injury and plays in his 6th League Cup final. 4 wins, 1 defeat. Let's have a quick word with Roy Evans.
I think the biggest strength that we've had all season that we've played as a team, and it's important to know that we do that. Okay, there's individuals in that setting, and obviously we don't stifle our own individual flair, but the most important thing is we play as a team, we work hard for each other, and that's where we've got our success from. This season we've challenged in all the major competitions, which I think has been satisfying from my point of view. But I think the attitude that they've shown in every game, really, they've not wanted to get beat, even when the odds have been against them on 1 or 2 occasions. They've rolled us through it and they've fought hard, and that's why we've made a major final and progressed well in the competitions.
Well, Bolton, they're the dangerous underdogs with talent and a liking for hard work. The skipper Alan Stubbs in pressure mid-defence. As the captain too, Jason McAteer will certainly stir things up in the midfield. And Bruce Rioch has now decided to inject the potentially exciting talent of David Lee down the right flank. He's really got a winning touch against Liverpool in previous games. Here is Bruce Rioch.
We've won a lot of games against good teams, and not just Premiership clubs. We've won games against good teams in the end of the league, and they've been difficult teams to beat. But it's always on the day, and if you play well on the day and you take your chances, then you can win matches. We've got an experienced side, although there's some good youth on the side. We've still got a team that's not old but experienced, and I think that's important for us at the moment.
The referee, as I've said, Philip Don from Hanworth Park in Middlesex, headmaster of Northbrook C.V. School in Middlesex. As I say, already in charge of a 1992 FA Cup final, last season's European Cup final, and enjoyed the World Cup in the USA last summer. Alan Stubbs, the number 6 for Bolton. Ian Rush, number 9 for Liverpool, the 2 captains. And the substitutes, Patterson Bergson and the goalkeeper Davison. For Bolton, Walters Thomas and the goalkeeper Chamberlain. For Liverpool, the first word from Kevin Keegan. Your thoughts, Kevin?
Well, it's a classic tie, really. You know, the underdogs, certainly Bolton, but coming from the NC League, they're a really good cup side. They've already took Liverpool scout twice in the last 3 or 4 years, so they won't have any fear. And I think it'll be a fascinating game. I just wonder, Brian, how much the weather's going to play a part. It's really hot. It's more cricket weather than football weather, and I think that'll suit Liverpool because they do knock the ball around and they'll make the ball to the work, as they say.
Liverpool in red, Bolton in white. The 1995 Coca-Cola Cup final about to get underway. A place in Europe in the UEFA Cup next season at stake here this evening on a beautiful, blissful summer's evening. And the first touch there for the Bolton keeper, Keith Brannigan. Bruce Rioch Klopp's first signing when he became manager of Bolton. There's McGinley. McAteer. McManaman. And now Rush. Seagrave's just getting there before him. And a free kick given for Bolton. There had been some talk that Ruddock was going to wear a rubber headband, but obviously that hasn't materialised. Stubbs then with the free kick. It went in towards McGinley, but Liverpool get it away to Barnes. Slanting it now to Robbie Fowler. And Scott Green gets it back. And here's Stubbs. Real talent at the centre of the back for Bolton. A little flick on there. Ruddock will held this one up quite easily. It was a good, careful ball to Rush, and a good one it was. Rush getting it back again. Off McManaman. Scales coming forward. McManaman again. Will need to be stopped. And they stopped him fairly. It's Stubbs coming out again, but Stubbs losing it. And there was a foul on the Bolton captain, and a free kick's already taken, but to no good effect. There's Barnes. Here's Rush.
Frantic start, Brian, as you would expect, but the key to Liverpool for me are the three young players. They've really given Roy Evans the boost he needed. You know, when three come through your ranks like they have, then you really just set your club alight, and the combination of Fowler and Rush is very, very exciting.
Ruddock going for that one with the head. By the way, that headband, wasn't it, fool? Did it fool you too?
Certainly did. But I'm easily fooled, Brian. You know?
Stubbs, that's twice he's been caught in possession. But now Thompson, a lot of talent down that left side for Thompson. He's flung one in, and it caused a little bit of concern, and it came off Ruddock for the corner. It was a good ball he flung in there.
Yeah, he's an excellent player. Of course, he was with Newcastle, and he went under freedom of contract to Bolton. At the time, he was struggling to get into our side, but with Scott Sellers getting injured this year, had he stayed, I'm sure he would have got a chance. But he's really matured. He's had a great season there, and full credit to the lad. He'll keep going to the end, that's for sure.
Here he is with the corner flicked on, and plenty of Liverpool shirts at that near post to make sure there wasn't an effective flick on. Green now playing it to Jimmy Phillips. Phillips hitting it long, and it comes to Thompson again. Asserting himself down that left flank. And then losing out, but unfairly. There was a foul there by McManaman, another free kick to Bolton. All the favourites being pushed back here. Liverpool seeking to win this trophy for the fifth time, a record fifth time. Jones, long towards Fowler. Shriok, son of a regimental sergeant major, is Bruce, the Scots Guards, and he loves discipline and good order. And he's got his side here at Bolton that's going to a good, sensible pattern here, and they're really carrying the fight at the moment to Liverpool. Phillips hitting it in towards McGinley. Catalan's in the middle waiting. Phillips coming up fast. Sneakers trying to get something on the turn also, and McAteer in there too.
It's an interesting start, Brian. I'm fascinated with the three centre halves that Liverpool play, because it's something I want to do at Newcastle, and we never really got the chance to do it properly with the injury to Philippe Albert. But it's worked very well for them, because it allows Bjornaby, and more importantly Jones, to get forward, and really they are very, very good users of the ball. But Bolton have got strength up front, and that's where I think the game could be won and lost today.
Also, praise be, Bolton got two out-and-out wingers, haven't they? Thompson and Lee.
Well, that again is great tactics, because the best way to combine two people who are good going forward is make them defend, and I think that's what Bruce Reeves is trying to do.
Arms finding McManaman. Might be a shot on here. Charged down effectively too. Jason McAteer. That'll be a Liverpool throw.
Great stage for someone like Jason McAteer. You know, we've seen him play very well in the cup matches, and if you sort of do it on this stage, you sort of go up in everybody's estimation.
Oh, Fowler, a chance, a mistake by Seagraves, and a chance that was thrown away by the man who's already hit the target 28 times this season. But it was an error there by Mark Seagraves. Fowler, the youngest player on the field, way over the top. Never played at Wembley before. Twice only here has he been as a spectator. Sneakers header going straight to Barnes. Now McManaman making one of those characteristic bursts through the middle and then collides with Fowler. Barnes picks it up again. McManaman knocking it back for Bjornaby. Crossed in again there. And easy for Brannigan from Fowler's header. Thompson down the flank. Indy played for Scotland in League in Russia. An excellent 0-0 draw the Scots got there. McAteer. Phillips. Scales with a header for Liverpool.
I think Terry Venables made the point before the game that really Bolton got the rewards for keeping older players that they could well have cashed in on, and you know, it's nice when that happens. I'm sure the supporters appreciate it. They could have turned money over for McAteer, that's for sure, and possibly one or two other players. They've kept them, and they're now in a Coca-Cola Cup final at Wembley, having a great day out.
Well, Liverpool themselves made a very strong inquiry both for McAteer and for Stubbs in the last close season. I don't think a fee was ever talked about, but people are talking that it may have cost something around £6 million for the two of them. Must have been a great temptation for Bolton, but they stuck to their players, as you say. Their reward is here this afternoon.
Alan Thompson finds himself back as a left back, but that won't bother him, Brian. He's played there many times.
Bjornaby dinking it in. Ruddock there with an important header, but also a good clearance by McAteer. And here's Lee. It's the first real chance and the first real taste he's got. He's cut inside bad. He is such an exciting player, but this time the Liverpool door closed swiftly on him. Here's Barnes. Misguided boos, presumably from the Bolton fans. There were plenty here at Wembley the other night, but he's such an experienced player, Barnes, he's not going to let that worry him. Good challenge there by Phillips. McGinn is up and Patalainen from Finland is up as well. Over Patalainen's head, Bjornaby. Back to David James. Against Rush. Wembley. No score. Thompson. Inside. moment, Bolton. They've not been beaten in their last 6. 4 of those they've won. Here's Lee again. Green. And Rob Jones. Redknapp. Scales. A bit long, but far too long for anybody in the red shirt. Here's Stubbs. Stubbs turned well, but not such a good ball for Lee.
He hasn't had the best of starts, this Stubbs. You know, I mean, he is a player a lot of people have looked at. He got caught twice on the ball early on. His use of the ball there could have been better, but he is very influential at the back for them. If he gets on his game, then they start to play. At the moment, he hasn't started to play.
Here's McManaman. Jones. McManaman. To Redknapp. Coming on in leaps and bounds again this season, Redknapp. Here he is again. Oh, just tried to quicken it up with a little ball there to Rush, but McAteer read that well. Here's McManaman, a bit of space. Still McManaman. Fowler's cross is too far, too high for Rush. Beyond the byline in any case. Goal kick.
Yeah, he would have expected to do better there, Brian, because it's on his left side. Obviously, he's got a super left foot, but just over-hits it, really. He had more time, I think, than he thought. I mean, the ball is running away, but he gets there quite comfy, a couple of metres from the line, and doesn't deliver.
Redknapp's header. Stubbs getting enough on that header to get it back to Brannigan. Scott Green used to be a midfielder, formerly with Derby County. Braddock holding off Patalainen. John Scales. It's Jamie Redknapp. There's McManaman. It's the freedom really to play where he feels he can be most effective, and here he is now hopping on this left-hand side. Wannabe. Barnes. Just think what the likes of Redknapp and McManaman are learning for Barnes over the years. Here's Barnes again. That's a little ball play forward again for Fowler, and he's got a shot on target that time that Brannigan had to get down to.
Again, a superb build-up here, but watch this man's running for, I mean, what is he, 19, coming on 20? And if he gets it through his legs, he possibly scores, and that's how he gets a lot of his goals. He does hit the target an awful lot. I had him with the under-21s, and I was very, very impressed with him.
20 next week he is.
He's only a baby.
Here's Lee. Again for Green. McAteer. Lee just kept in play. McAteer. Cross it towards Patalainen. Going to Bolton from Aberdeen. Lee. Green. McAteer again, full of running, but noticeable that quickly Liverpool were onto him. Not one Ruddock, but two, with Barnes as well there. Recognising the threat that McAteer has with those sort of runs. Ruddock with a header. Lee with the shot, but he half hit it. But there was a fraction of a chance there, Kevin.
Yeah, unfortunately for Lee, it came on his least favourite foot, I think. But this, if he hits the target through a ruck of players, he could have scored, but he won't be wanting the replay of that one too often. He didn't quite catch it. He cut the neck off it, as we say, Brian.
Fowler took a knock there. And a challenge with Stubbs. Here's Ruddock. Fab. McAteer. Barnes just got a foot to it. Foul by Scales. A free kick then. Sneaked in with the injured man. To them, John McGinley. Superb view from the airship. 17 goals McGinley this season. 33 last. There's the Mazda blip again. And down below it, this famous old stadium, which shows the score still at 0-0 with 16 minutes gone. Now McGinley's okay. It's a free kick for Bolton. It'll be their skipper Alan Stubbs who takes it. In towards McGinley, then by Patalainen. McAteer pumping it forward, and Jones really couldn't afford to wait that to go over the byline. Had to hook it away. Helped on its way by McManaman. Here's Redknapp. Straight to Green. Played in for McGinley. Now McAteer. McAteer! Brought down. Wow, that certainly looked a free kick on the edge of the box there, but Philip Don was well enough placed. But another example of the talent of Jason McAteer. And now let's look at Lee. Really had Liverpool backpedaling there. Lee, a good cross there. James comfortably underneath that one.
That was a terrific run from McAteer, and this is when he's at his best, really. He's not a midfield player who knocks it around. He likes to run at people. He's got tremendous strength. He's unfortunate not to get a free kick there, Brian. I mean, a lot of referees would have given it, but the referee saw it differently.
Talking to Jack Charlton about him the other day, he said, I think at the moment he's the finest player when he's got the ball at his feet and he's running at people. And he gave a little example of that there.
Yeah, and you're running at these centre-halves, and that's the one thing that Ruddock and probably Scales more than Bab don't want you to do. And that's what he's got to keep trying to do. Get on, use his tremendous engine, which he's got, and get in on that back four, because that's where they're most vulnerable. Running from deep is always difficult to combat as a defender.
Flag was up for a moment for offside, but the referee with Bolton in possession. Now the game to go on. It's Phillips. Good left foot on him, but that's straight to Bjornaby. And here's McManaman picking it up. Now has he got that little bit of speed to get past Green? He certainly has. Knocking it back for Rush.
Another great run here, and he just used his strength, really, which he's not renowned for, and then his pace, which everyone knows he's got. Great ball back. Not easy for Ian Rush, again on his left foot. It's not his strongest foot, but I've seen him score goals from that sort of position lots of times.
Patalainen to Thompson, and the flag is up for offside. Richard Sneakers, the Dutchman. Patalainen picks that up. Rather carelessly given away there by Liverpool. Lee has made a good break down the right. It's a free kick. A foul by Bab, and Bab will get a yellow card.
I think he's unfortunate to get a yellow card for this, but there's no doubt about it, it's a foul. This is pace against pace here. They both got it. I think you can see he genuinely tries to win the ball, but that now is a real plus point for the forwards of Bolton, because you know they can start running at him. Another foul like that, and who knows?
A little knot of white shirts waiting for Thompson's free kick, but it's Barnes with the header who gets it clear for McManaman. just Robbie Fowler up. Phillips gets it away. Sneakers.
One thing that's really clear, Brian, is that Bolton are not overawed by the task, are they? They're taking the game to Liverpool when it's the right time to do so. And they've got players who I think are capable of causing them problems.
Madalainen, Lee. Actually, one of the things that Roy Evans was worried about was the lack of Wembley Cup final experience in his side. They're certainly the favourites, Liverpool, but as he was saying, you know, without Barnes and without Rush, we are lacking a little bit in cup final experience.
That's certainly the case, but in those two, they've got a tremendous foundation on which to build their team of the future. And it's a shame to hear John Barnes getting booed again here, because he must think that there's people staying inside this Wembley Stadium having a go at him.
Here's Jones. Little flick ball there towards Fowler. Under pressure from Stubbs, he went stumbling. The referee didn't consider anything there. That was never a penalty. Redknapp now to Ruck. And here's Babb. Babb, actually, who was given a free transfer by Bruce Rioch, and Bruce was manager at Millwall. Sometimes your past judgments in football come back to haunt you, it seems.
Nearly always they do, Brian.
Barnes stopped well there by Seagraves, former Liverpool player himself, Mark Seagraves. Phillips, oh, that was a poor ball. Phillips, Madalainen, Thompson, McAteer, Seagraves now to Lee. They might struggle to get that one done. It's Rush, playing it short to Redknapp. Bjornaby, Barnes, there's the skipper, Ian Rush, Fowler, and now McManaman. White shirts are backpedaling. Bjornaby playing it in, perhaps too close to the keeper. Let's have a quick word with Terry Venables. Terry, how do you think it's going so far?
Well, I think they look very sharp indeed, Liverpool. Bolton are holding their own quietly, getting confident and building some play up both sides of the field. But I think the danger for them is Fowler making these runs behind central defenders, which is their weakness. And you'll see McManaman playing both wide areas, plus little sneaky positions through the centre of the field. He's given them the danger. They can't pick him up at the moment, and he does look a threat.
Have you been impressed by McAteer so far?
Yes, he's showing you what he can do, and I think he looks as if he's really enjoying himself. And the more the game's going on, the more he's getting into it. And as I said, he does run off our Liverpool midfield players, and he is quickly into the three central defenders, and that's what I said that he would be able to do.
Thank you, Terry. Here's Lee. Sneakers. Jimmy Phillips. Down the line for Alan Thompson. Done well again down that flank. Came off scales, might come back to Thompson in the end. Rob Jones, who's nobody's mug, has a couple of times been beaten quite comfortably by Thompson. Bolton's corner. Both Stubbs and big Mark Seagraves are up for this. Madalainen in there, McGinley at the near post. Seagraves looking for the little flick on. Stubbs there, just holding it up for a moment. Floating it in. And a shout from keeper David James. And a throw out now for Robbie Fowler. It's a good ball played for Babb. Redknapp just eluding the challenge of Richard Sneakers. Trying to find McManaman. Seagraves does enough to get the ball clear. McAteer then brings it forward. Babb knocking it in again. Rush knocking it down. McManaman's here. Babb has gone right into the box now. Driven far too hard by McManaman, and it just falls for Alan Thompson of Bolton on the far side. 25 minutes gone, still no score. Scales gets it back to James. It's a lovely ball by Redknapp. Bobby Fowler getting in behind the defenders again. And finds Bjornaby, who's never scored for Liverpool. Good work by Fowler there.
Excellent again, and he at the moment is the biggest influence on the game, and Bjornaby's done what he can. He's hit the target, but obviously straight down the goalkeeper's throat.
Bolton's throw. Dear. Might come for Kapelainen. David Lee. Up to Scott Green. Long towards McGinley, but a direct shot to Kapelainen. And a great shot by McAteer. Flicked on there beautifully and with power with the outside of that right boot. Fortunately for Liverpool, straight at David James.
Again, McAteer running from deep. It's so hard to pick him up, and he strikes this well. Again, he just unfortunate straight at the keeper.
Showing Bolton by no means overawed by Liverpool or the occasion. Bjornaby. Snakers, it's no foul. McManaman takes it on. But in a sense, why should Bolton be overawed? If you look at their recent record against Premiership sides, they beat Liverpool in 1993 in the FA Cup. They beat Everton, Villa and Arsenal in the FA Cup last season. And in getting to this final in the Coca-Cola Cup this season, they've already beaten Ipswich, West Ham and Norwich from the Premiership. As I say, they are dangerous underdogs here today.
And also, Brian, it's not beyond possibility they could be a Premiership side next year. They're having a great season and they've got games in hand and there's still a lot to play for there. So they've really kept the proud players who could be Premier League, and hoping they get in there themselves, and they deserve some reward for that adventure.
It's Bolton's throw.
The one thing that slightly worries me for Bolton is that the two players up front, McGinley and Kapelainen, they're not going to really worry Liverpool with the pace behind them, and therefore they've got to get hold of it. And of course, against the strength of Liverpool's back four, they're finding that difficult at the moment.
Barnes dispossessing Snakers. Bjornaby's gone down the left. Plays a little ball in here for Fowler. Redknapp. Barnes. Here's Babb. Flipped it towards Fowler on the far side. Back by Phillips. Scales versus Kapelainen. Scales knocks it back. Very calm play there by David James. Barnes again. Jones down the right flank for him. Bjornaby down the left flank for him. McManaman through the centre, but he lost himself there for a moment. McAteer finds Lee. Gets it back again to Jason McAteer. And plays the ball now for Lee. James is out of his goal. And Lee, it's just gone over the top and hit the roof of the netting. Great play by Bolton.
Another great ball from Jason McAteer. The two biggest influence on the game at the moment are two of the younger players. That's a great ball because this guy has got pace. And really, he'll be disappointed, I think. He only had to lift it over him, which he did, of course, but he's over it by about 2 yards. What a great ball this is, Brian. And there's no way anyone's going to catch this guy, because one thing he has got is pace.
Barnes. Beautiful ball played there by Barnes, inviting McManaman onto it. There's a good ball through for Rob Jones from Jamie Redknapp. The cross comes in. Fowler tangling with Lee. Almost gets it back again. Fab following up now for Liverpool. Plays it short for John Barnes. Scales. It's a goal kick. Quick word from Ron Atkinson. Ron?
Yeah, very interesting, contrasting styles. Liverpool very fluid, moving all over the place. McManaman switching from flank to flank, playing behind the front two. Bolton very rigid. It's been a long time since I've been to Wembley and seen a team play with two wingers so wide. I mean, Lee on this side is virtually steering the touchline. And you saw the benefit of it just when McAteer played him in. I mean, that's possibly the best chance of the game at the moment, right?
Thank you, Ron. McManaman. Liverpool's throw. Rush. And a goal kick. Terrific day out for all these Bolton fans. I suppose the Liverpool fans have got used to it over the years, but it's I think the streets of Bolton are pretty empty on this beautiful afternoon. The local paper, the Bolton Evening News, did a wonderful Wembley supplement. They sold all their 33,000 tickets in double quick time. So there are people around who like to talk down this Coca-Cola Cup. You just have a word with those Bolton fans and see what they think about it.
It's a club with great tradition as well, and this will be one of the best sides they've had for many, many years. So it's no surprise that they've got to a final, and they possibly can go on and win it. There's no doubt about it. At the moment, the game's pretty even, Stephen.
Sneakers or Bolton. Green. The ball through to McGinley. Fab was aware that Jason McAteer was right at his heels.
I'll be interested to see if McAteer can keep these runs going. I mean, it's a very hot day, and of course Wembley's it's not renowned for saving your energy at a pitch where you don't get some reward. Usually cramp is the reward for hard work here. It'll be interesting to see. He's obviously a young lad and very fit. He'll be tested to the full on this pitch on a day like today.
Remember him though in Florida in the World Cup though, Kevin, when if anything it was even hotter when he was playing for the Republic of Ireland there.
Yeah, but they might be able to throw water on today. That's the good news.
That's right.
I mean, I thought it was farcical in the World Cup that they, but really for purposes of getting it on TV around the world at the right times, asked players to play in ridiculous temperatures and humidity, and then say you can't have any water. It was like a death threat for me, really.
Thompson with the shot! Oh, and a terrific shot it was, and an excellent piece of goalkeeping there by James. Thompson caught that superbly on the volley as the ball was coming down. And this looked goal-bound. On its way down, on its way up, on its way in. No, just flicking the top of the crossbar after that excellent piece of goalkeeping by James. Corner to Bolton, and the closest we've come to a goal yet. Little flick in towards the near post. Ruddock there, guarding that near post. Seagraves couldn't get a touch on it. Green to Lee. Thompson, what a great shot that was by him. Green playing it in again, and Jones looking to turn it away. Balls for Rush. And now Redknapp, good turn. And turning again away from McGinley, finding Barnes. Bjornaby into Fowler. Bjornaby's gone on. Rush is waiting as well. No obstruction there as Fowler ran into the opponent.
Liverpool fans not happy about that one, but I don't think any of the option. But this is a tremendous shot. This is with his swinger, really. He's a left-footed player, and you mustn't underestimate this save. That's one of the great saves of the season for me. And any goalkeeper who wasn't 6'3" would not have got it. No doubt about that.
Alan Thompson. Phillips outside it. Goal kick.
I think Bruce Real could be very happy with the start they've showed. I mean, his team are playing with plenty of confidence. They're a different type of style of play to Liverpool, there's no doubt about that, but nevertheless it's been quite effective at certain times.
Thompson again. David James with that jockey cap over a head that looks as though he's shaved all his hair off for this cup final. Former Watford player.
Certainly had a close shave a minute ago. It was a great save there.
McManaman. Oh, great run by McManaman. Can he finish it off? He has! McManaman for Liverpool.
That's been on the cards, and this is a great run, and he doesn't just stop and have a shot, he goes on. I think the goalkeeper, he nutmegs someone here yet. The goalkeeper will think he may have done better, Brian. He's laid down a little bit early and sold himself. But it's a great run, and this is where he is so difficult to stop. Here he goes, takes on one. Nutmeg.
Terrific goal. And he's only scored one since October until today. The boy from Bootle has put Liverpool 1-0 ahead. It's with Phillips. It's with Stubbs, and he's hit it long, seeking David Lee, and he's found him. Goal kick. They give him that free roll, don't they, McManaman? And he's really used it to perfection here so far this afternoon.
Yeah, it's so difficult to pick up, Brian. You know, defenders don't want to come out, and midfield players don't want to go so deep or so wide. But nevertheless, when he picked it up, a great little early ball from John Barnes started it off. He won't get much praise from anybody, but he just gave it to him just when he wanted it, and then off he went on his way. And as they say, the rest is history now. But a great goal.
Phillips with a header for Bolton. In goes Redknapp. Oh, getting a little bit caught up. Barnes losing it out to McGinley, but Redknapp winning it back again. And suddenly, Bolton on the break. Atalainen on the far side. Getting the cross in. But James has had it. He's lost it. He's got it the second time, right on the edge of the penalty area.
It's a great cross he delivers here, Brian. There's only one man in there. Keeper comes, gets half on it, and then goes all the way and just keeps holding it. Has a little wry smile at the end of it there to say, I knew I could get it.
McManaman with another good run there, but this time it came to nothing. Here's Sneckers, the Dutchman, played here for Holland under-15s a few years back. Atalainen losing out to Scales. Barnes playing the careful ball, a simple ball again to McManaman. Finds Bjornaby. It's going to be a corner.
I think a vital time really for Bolton. I mean, what with 7 minutes before half-time, is it?
Five.
You mustn't concede another goal because you can't give teams like Liverpool a 2-goal start. But they've nothing to be worried about at 1-0. They're still creating enough chances and giving enough problems to Liverpool, but they mustn't concede another one, and this is a vital time for them.
Well, Jamie Redknapp with his corner, Rush at the far post, Fowler in there as well, Barnes on the penalty spot, and 3 men, including Ruddock and Scales, just on the edge of the box. This might come from McManaman, driven in. Rush, battling away. Well, Babb on the far side now. And the keeper grabbed it well. Here's this goal again, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sheer pace, really, and he goes on. He has his bit of luck there, there's no doubt about it. Maybe a bit critical of the keeper. I just felt he should have stood up a bit longer. He may well have saved it, but it's easy sitting up here watching it. But he made a decision to come out, and he got half a touch on it, but he couldn't stop it going over the line.
Bolton's free kick. Green with it. Jones hitting away. What a bad one, though. Coming up at half-time, there's our special competition for you, a VIP trip to the European Champions Cup final in Vienna, for £1,000 for you. Also at half-time, you've got Terry Venables responding to the criticism about England's performance last Wednesday, which will be worth listening to as well. That all comes up with Bob at half-time. Rush. It's Barnes. And now it's Redknapp. Liverpool leading 1-0. Jones. Redknapp. McManaman. Here he goes again.
They're really struggling to pick this guy up, and I know we played them about 4 weeks ago and we had the same problem. You just don't know who to put on him. But he's certainly, if his shooting boots are a bit better days, had 2 or 3 other opportunities. But he'll be pleased with his haul from the first half. A goal, a performance that really is beyond his years. He's maturing very quickly.
I mean, every time he gets it, there's a tremor in the Bolton defence, isn't there?
Yeah, because he's running at them, Brian, and defenders don't like that. And other than put a man on him and change totally the way you play, which in some way gives the advantage, I think, to the opposition. But it's something they might talk about at half-time, because he's certainly been the thorn in the side more than anybody else, and along with Fowler, I think, up front.
McAteer to Sneakers. To Mark Seagraves. Came off Ruddock, but McAteer got it. Bjornaby played a good ball here for Barnes, flicked on by him, but Sneakers just gets in for both ends. Seagraves now to lead. Bolton have had their chances, and it's taken one superhuman save from James to keep out that chop from Thompson. So there's still plenty in this game as Redknapp finds Barnes, back to Redknapp again. Rush's little touch, falls straight to Seagraves. Phillips, Sneakers, Sneakers again. They haven't got to let him get in shooting range either, the Dutchman. There he is on the ball again. A little flick. Here's again. This time to McAteer. This time Redknapp. Full of confidence there. McManaman. Rush. It's unlike Rush to give that away to Thompson. That's conceding a free kick. And a yellow card against Rob Jones. Probably as much for dissent as for the challenge.
I can't believe it was for the challenge. I mean, it's a 50-50. They lean on each other.
But it's what he does afterwards that probably angered referee Philip Don. He showed a high degree of dissent. He's conceded the free kick. He's got a yellow card. It's a free kick for Bolton. Right on half-time. Knocked in low this time. Barnes who got it away. Thompson again. Babb with the header clear. As far as David Lee. McManaman playing it on. Back to Brannigan. And here's Green. Another foul, another free kick. This time Scales on McGinley. Another chance perhaps for Bolton to rescue themselves in the last seconds of the first half. Alan Stubbs up to take this one. Although Snakers, who's got a reputation for hitting spectacular long-range shots, might fancy one himself, and here he is. He's driven it well, but he drove it straight at John Barnes. Stubbs, off wide again. Seagrave's right out there. Tries to think that the big centre-back was away on the left wing position.
Now you know why he's a centre-back, Ryan, as well. He looked like a centre-back crossing that one.
Summing up the first half, Kevin?
I think it's been a very interesting first half. I don't think there's any doubt that possibly on the play that Liverpool deserved maybe to be ahead more than Bolton say, but Bolton certainly had the chances, and the crucial changing point in the first half was that great save from James, and then within 2 or 3 minutes Liverpool have got the lead, and it was a terrific save. I mean, as I said before, not many keepers would have got that.
Well, there's the half-time whistle. David James with that incredible save, and immediately afterwards with Steve McManaman's goal, let's have a word with the Liverpool manager Roy Evans.
Roy Evans, 2 very important minutes there. Great save by James, and then your goal.
Great save from David James, comes in the game, and we've got on the other end. But we need to pass it better and keep control of the game. We've been a bit sloppy with our passing today. We've got to improve on that.
Thank you.